Determine logical equivalence of conditional statements. Logical equivalence means exact same truth table column, just FYI. Okay, now the contrapositive of any conditional statement is logically equivalent to the original statement. So contrapositive and the original, they are logically equivalent. This is the only change you can make to a conditional statement that is logically equivalent to the original. Okay, so it doesn't matter what else you have. It has to be the contrapositive. If you have the contrapositive, then that is the logically equivalent statement. Okay, now you're thinking, well, that's great, but what's a contrapositive? Well, let's get to that. So let's say that our initial original statement is if P, then Q. All right, that's a conditional. And there we go. So to create the contrapositive, it's got two steps. So step one, negate both parts. Okay, well, not P, not Q. Step one. And then reverse the order. Oh, not Q, not P. Ta-da! And that, my friends, is the contrapositive. Okay? So you negate both parts and flip them. And that creates the contrapositive. So we're saying if P then Q is logically equivalent to if not Q, then not P. Let's show that. Let's show that these are equivalent using a truth table. So we have P and Q, which means we're going to have 4 lines. True, true, false, false, true, false, true, false. Because there's only 2 items, we have ourselves 4 lines. Now, we do have negations, so let's go ahead and have our negation columns. Remember, negating is just flipping the truth value. So not P means false, false, true, true, right? Basically the opposite of P. And then not Q is going to be the opposite of Q, false, true, false, true. Now we are ready to roll. So if P, then Q are conditional. Remember, a conditional is only false when the front end is true, but the back end is false. So I look at P and Q. True, true. That's true. True, false. There it is. Front end is true, back end is false. That's my false statement. False, true, false, false. And let's go to not Q. If not Q, then not P. So now the front end, right, is not Q. So it's only going to be false if not Q is true, not P is false. So I look at false, false. Well, that's fine. Then I get true, false. Here it is. Because the front end is true, the back end is false. Order matters here. Okay, then we have false, true, that's fine. True, true, that's fine. Look at these 2 columns. True, false, true, true. Logically equivalent. Okay, all right, let's do one more. Use a contrapositive to write an equivalent statement to the conditional and then show it's true by creating a truth table. Okay, so now remember how we talked about creating a contrapositive. We're going to negate both pieces. Okay, so negate both pieces, P and negative Q, and then flip them. So the contrapositive is going to be if not Q, then P. All right, so we negate them and we reverse them. So now let's show, oh, wrong button. Let's show these are true by creating ourselves a truth table. Okay, so again, true, true, false, false, true, false, true, false. Not P is false, false, true, true, not Q. The more you create truth tables, the easier they get. So I do recommend writing it out every time. Okay, so now we have if not P, then Q. So not P here is my front, Q is the back, and that matters, again, because with a conditional, it's only false when the front is true and the back is false. So I have false, true, well, that's going to be true. False, false, well, that's going to be true. true, true. Well, that's going to be true. True, false. There's my false piece. Okay, now let's do the other one. Not, if not Q, then P. So now not Q is the front and P is the back. False, true, true. True, true. That's true. False, false, true. And true, false. There it is. Front end is true, back end is false, and it's false. So once again, when I compare them, true, 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 false. Notice how when I did this, I like put marks. I do that when I do this on paper as well. Sometimes I use colored pencils or different colored pens because it helps to just kind of keep track of what columns I'm playing in. Just a little bit of a helpful way to keep yourself focused on what you're working on.